Hello, all my dear students. Welcome to Sri Jain's Rank Zone classes. I am Ajay Glati, dear students, and I am your friend and mentor for the mathematics portion or what we call as quantitative aptitude portion in your exams. Dear students, as you can see on the screen, today we will be discussing the topic progressions or sequence and series, or we can call it as arithmetic progression, AP and GP, arithmetic AP, GP, and HP. And this is our class 1 for the topic progressions or sequence and series. Okay, dear students. Before I start with the chapter, there are two, three things which I want to discuss with you, which I want to tell you. This sequence and series are basically of three types: one, two, and three. Arithmetic progression. This is arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. Then the second is geometric progression. Then the third is harmonic progression. This is asked very little, very least. I will just discuss it because it's least important actually. Harmonic progression. Most of the times exams question are being asked from these two. Arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Now see what is arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. In arithmetic progression, what happens, dear students? We have a first term. The two things which we need to discuss, which we need to know about the series is we have a first term. First term we denote it by small a. Then we have a common difference. Then we have a common difference, and that is denoted by D. And we have number of terms also, you can say. Number of terms in the series. See, when I am saying arithmetic progression, the thing arithmetic progression is it is a sequence or a series of terms. It is a sequence of terms or a series of terms in which the difference between any two consecutive terms is equal. Any two consecutive terms is equal, and that difference is known as, and that difference is known as common difference, and that difference is known as common difference. This is called arithmetic progression. I hope so far it is clear. It is denoted by, like, see, first term is a, then the second term will be a plus d, then the next term will be a plus d, that is a plus 2d. Then the third term will be a plus d plus d plus, each time I'm adding a common difference. Then the next term will be a plus d plus d plus d, that is a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, a plus 4d, a plus 5d. Okay, then how do we denote things? See, if you look at this, this is a1, this is a2, this is a3, then the next term is a4, then the next term is a5. So what do you observe? If this is 5, this is 4, like this. 5 minus 1. If this is 4, this is 4 minus 1. Okay, this is a6. A6 is A plus 5D. So here we have A1 is equal to A and the nth term. Third term is here, there is 1 less D, 2D. Okay. So an will be what? A plus n minus 1 into D. Getting it, dear students? A plus n minus 1 into D. So far clear to everyone? So what do we observe, dear students, now? What we observe is the nth term, or sometimes we call it the last term of a series, is A plus n minus 1 into D. The nth term or the last term of the series is denoted by A plus n minus 1D, or if there are sum of n, if there are n terms, okay, then we have sum of n terms of the series, sum of n terms of an AP. I'll precisely write of an AP is what? That is equal to n by 2 into A plus the last term, or n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. I will tell you how does this come. This is a very beautiful logic of how to solve this. Okay, see. So let me see how much space I have left in this page. Otherwise, I'll write on the next page. If space is less, let's take the next page. Okay. See, suppose let's take a simple series with, let's take counting from 1 to 12. Counting from 1 to 12. Okay. What will happen if I write down all the terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is clearly a G, this is an AP. This is an AP with A. Here, what is the A? A is equal to 1, D is equal to also 1. Now, what will happen? I write this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. What do we observe, dear students? See, this is first term and last term. This is the first term, and this is the last term. Now here, what do I want to emphasize is, see, this is the first term, last term. This is their sum is what? Their sum is 13. Any other pair, let's say this pair is of second and second last term. Okay, second and second last term. How much this pair add up to? This pair add up to 13. Okay, like if I say this is the fourth and fourth last term. This is a pair of fourth and fourth last term. This is, I can say, a pair of second and second last term. So every pair has a sum of 13. So what I will say here, we observe, we observe that each pair, each pair has equal sum, has equal sum. And how many pairs we have? If we have n terms, if we have n terms, we have n by 2 pairs. Okay, we have 12 terms and 12 by 2 and 6 in the bracket. I am saying, let me write 12 by 2 only. 12 by 2 pairs with sum with equal sum with equal sum of with equal sum of 13. Okay, we have 12 terms and 12 by 2 pairs with equal sum of 13. Now what I can say from here is that is, so what is the sum of series? Sum of series is number of pairs. I should write it a bit below. Sum of series is what? Number of pairs into sum of each pair. Number of pair into sum of each pair, like this. Fine. So number of pairs is n by 2 and sum of each pair is first term plus last term, a plus l. N by 2 into a plus l, this is the formula. Or I can say n by 2 into a plus l is what? L is a plus n minus 1 into d. So this becomes, either way you can say this is a n by 2 a plus n, or n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. 2a plus n minus 1d, this is the formula. One thing is done. Okay, I'm sure all this is clear to you. Find these ones. Now let's take a few special formulas which can make your life very easy, then I will proceed ahead. See, I will be doing questions very shortly based upon this. Now if I say sum of n natural numbers, sum of first n natural numbers. What is the sum of first n natural numbers? This is n by 2 into 1 plus n. See, what is our formula? See, what is the sum of series? Sum of series is what? Sum of a series is what? It is pairs, number of pairs into sum of each pair, sum of each pair. What will come over here and what will come over here? We have n terms. We have n terms. Therefore, number of pairs will be how many? Number of pairs will be n by 2. Number of pairs is n by 2. So number of pairs comes out to be n by 2. If we have n natural numbers, if we have n natural numbers, first term is what? First term is what? See, the series is like this: 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to n. What is the first term? First term is equal to First term is equal to 1. What is the last term or nth term? Nth term will be n. Okay. So what I can say, sum of first term and last term. Sum of first and last term is equal to what? This is equal to n plus 1. So this will come over here multiplied by n plus 1. So you get the formula n by 2 into n plus 1, or you can say 1 plus n. This is how your formula works. So you have sum of first n natural numbers is n by 2 into 1 plus n. Very clear to everyone? Okay, let's move ahead. Now the next thing comes, dear students, is sum of first n odd numbers. The sum of first n odd numbers is n square. I'll show it to you with a very beautiful illustration. What is the first odd number? 1. This is 1. This is 1 by 1 square. 1 square. Second odd number is 3. If I add 3 boxes to it, 1, 2, clearly it is a 2 by 2 square, 1 and 3. 2 by 2 square. Clear to you, dear students? This is a 2 by 2 square. Now if I take next odd number is 5. Let me add 5 boxes to this. If I add 5 boxes to this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is, I have added a third odd number, and now this is a 3 by 3 square. If I add the fourth odd number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the fourth odd number. This is a 4 by 4 square. So the sum of first n odd numbers is n square. You got it? Next is sum of first n even numbers. Dear students, it is a very simple logic. Each even number is one more than the odd number. If I take n even numbers, they will be n more than a sum of n odd numbers. That will be n square plus n. Getting this logic, I repeat again. Each even number is one more than its preceding odd number. So if you have n odd numbers and n even numbers, each of the n even numbers will be one more than its preceding even number. So n times 1 means n. So this is n square plus, and this is the logic. So now we have got a few things. Let's combine all of them. Sum of first n odd numbers n square. Sum of first n even numbers n square plus n. Sum of first n natural numbers. Sum of first n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2. Sum of squares of first n natural numbers. Sum of squares of first n natural numbers, that will be n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6. Last thing, sum of squares of cubes of first n natural numbers. That will be n into n plus 1 by 2 square. Getting it? This is what? This is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square up to n square. This is what? 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, so on up to n cube. Am I very clear to all of you? You can have a glance at it. Now I'll move ahead. Fine. Now let's start with questions. The sum of three consecutive odd natural numbers is 147. Then the middle number is, see dear students, how we do it. Three consecutive odd numbers. First I will tell you a logical method, proper formula based method. Then I will tell you a shortcut. Three consecutive natural numbers. Three consecutive odd natural numbers I can write as, let's say, the middle number. Or if I start with a simple way, the first number will be a, the other number will be a plus 2, the other number will be a plus 4. The sum of these four numbers is 147. Common difference is 2. Okay, the difference between any two numbers is 2. A plus 2, a plus 4. So this gives me, what will be their sum? Their sum is, if I add all them, it will be 3a plus 6 is equal to 147. 3a is equal to 141. A will be 141 by 3. That is 4, 7. Then the middle number is, middle number is 47. This is one way of doing this question, dear students. Okay. The best method is, see, whenever you have three odd numbers, okay, and their sum, suppose their sum is given to you, whatever, the sum is s. So this middle number will be what? S by 3. If you have 5 numbers and their sum is s, okay, then the middle number will be what? S by 5. If you have 7 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever sort of 7 numbers in a series, in a AP, and their sum is s, then this middle number will be what? S by 7. This is a plain logic which you need to keep in mind. I will tell this shortcut for even numbers also, but let's proceed it like this way. Clear to all? Fine. So this is the method, or the easy way, one more way of doing this would have been, let's take the middle number. The middle number is a. So what will happen if you go to the previous number? It will be a minus 2. If you go to the next number, it will be a plus 2. So a plus a minus 2 plus a plus equal to given to you 147. Fine. So therefore a minus 2 plus a plus a plus 2 is 147. That is 3a is equal to 147. So a will be 147 by 3. That is equal to, this is 140. Okay. Did I do some mistake? This is 147, so this will be 149. Okay. So that will be that will be 49 by this way also. Minus 2 and plus 2 will get cancelled. Clear? Fine. Let's take the next number. Next question. The sum of three consecutive numbers is 87. The middle number is, directly middle number will be what? Middle number will be 87 by 3 or 29. Clear to all? Okay, dear students. Let's take the next number. Sum of all the even numbers between 21 and 51 is C. Between 21 and 51 is C. The series is like 22 plus 24 plus 26 up to 50. Okay, now look. This is like 2 into 11. This is 2 into 22. This is like 2 into 25. So if you count from 11 to 25, you have how many number of terms? From 11 to 25, you have 15 terms. So what is the sum of this series? Sum of this series is n by 2 into a plus an, the last term. N is what? How many terms? 15. 11 to 25, there are 15 terms. By 2 into the first term plus the last term, or you can say 15 into 11 plus 25. That will give you 15 into 36. 15 into 36 will be 540. This is your answer. Which is the option? Option number 2 is your answer, dear students. Okay. So far clear to everyone? Fine. Let's take the next one. The sum of four consecutive even numbers is 741. The smallest, 748. The smallest among them is, see, four consecutive numbers. The smallest among them is like this. Let the series be like, this is the first term. Let's say a plus 2, a plus 4, a plus 6. Whatever it is. See, these are two pairs. The sum of each pair is 2a plus 6. So you have, what is like this? Number of terms is 4. So what is the sum? Sum is equal to 4 by 2. If I put it n by 2, a plus an. So it will be 4 by 2. A is a, an is a plus 6. I will tell you the shortcut for this also. Okay. This is equal to how much? This is 748. Am I clear? You cancel this with this, you get 2. You cancel 2 with 748, you get 374. 2a plus 6 is equal to 374. That way 2a will be how much? 368, or a will be, this will give you the direct answer, 13184. Okay. 184. This is one way of doing this question. The shortcut for doing this question will be, see dear students, the shortcut for this question will be, see four numbers, okay. See, if this is the midpoint, let's say four numbers, this situation is what midpoint, okay. This is what midpoint. This is the number between midpoint of these two. This number will be a plus 3. Getting it? 2 4, between 2 and 4 is 3. Between a and a plus 6 is a plus 3. So this a plus 3 will be what? This a plus 3 will be directly 748 by 4, or a plus 3. If you have number of terms are even, then the middle number is the middle between these two. The middle number will be the midpoint of these two when you have even number of terms. Okay, when you have odd number of terms, then you remember very well what I taught you. If you have odd number of terms, then this middle one is individually the middle number. But if you have even number of terms, then the middle number is actually the midpoint of the two middle numbers. So a plus 2 and a plus 4 midpoint is a plus 3. This a plus 3 is what? 74 when divided by this will be 1. See, 74 1, 34 8, 28 7. So a is what? A is 187 minus 3, or 184. We will take more questions. The sum of all the natural numbers from 51 to 100 is, there are two ways of doing this. First method. The first method is, if you count the number of terms 51 to 100, number of terms, see from 1 to 100 there are 100 terms. If you remove the previous 50 terms, you get next 50 terms, 51 to 100. Number of terms is equal to 50. A is what? 51. An is what? 100. So sum will be what? N by 2 into A plus An. 50 by 2 into A is 51 and this is 100. 25 into 151. Clear? See, 25 into 1, 25, 2 carry. 25 into 15, 375. 2 carry, 377. This is one way. Okay, the other way is, you have to find 51 to 100. How can you do it? You can do it like 1 to 100 minus 1 to 50. Now you know this is a formula for like n plus 1 by 200 into 100 plus 1 by 2 minus minus 1 to 50. Okay, 50 into 51 by 2. This way also you can do it like this. If you basically what you can say is 50 into 101 minus 25 into 51. 50 into 101 is 5050, very easy. 25 into 50 is 1250. 25 into 51 will be 1275. 1275. This will give you 3775. I think this method is easy. Okay. Clear to everyone? Next. Sum of all the two-digit numbers is, see, this is also easy. What you require 10 to 99. There are two ways of doing this. First method, 1 to 100 minus 1 to 9. What will be 1 to 100? That will be 100 into 101 by 2 minus 9 n plus 1 by 2. Getting it? So far clear to everyone? 50 into 101 minus 45. This is 5050 minus 45. Small mistake on my part, dear student. This is 1 to 99. So the sum will be 99 into 100, or that will be 50. 99 into 50 will be 4950 minus 45 or 4905. Option number 4 is the answer. This is one method. Second method is, I think you will find the second method to be more easy. Look, this is what I will do is we have to find the sum from 10 to 99. How many terms? Number of terms is, this is the main thing which you need. Number of terms is, see, before 10 there were 9 terms, so 99 minus 9 is 90 terms. Okay, dear friend, there are 90 terms. First term is what? 10. Last term is what? 99. What will be the sum? N by 2 into a plus a, and that is 90 by 2 into 10 plus 99, or 45 into 109. 45 into 9 will be, 45 into 09 will be what? 405. 4 carry 45 into 5, 1 is 45, 4 carry 49. You can do it whatever way you like, it's entirely up your choice. Okay, dear students, I hope so far everything is clear to everyone. You can have a look at it before I proceed to the second one. Next question is, the sum of 50 odd natural numbers is, first 50 odd natural numbers. See, dear students, I've told you a shortcut for this. Sum of first 50 odd natural numbers will be n square. 50 square or 2500. Without even doing anything, you can find the answer. Option number 4 is your answer. Let's take the next one at a quick pace. The sum of all three-digit numbers, each of one on division by 5 leaves remainder 3 is, see, what you have is, you have a series. The sum of all three-digit numbers, each of which on division by 5 leaves a remainder 3. The first term is 103. Okay, three-digit number when divided by 5 leaves a remainder 3. Next term is 108. Next term is 113. So on. The last set number will be 995 plus 3, that is 998. Okay, so this is here what you have. You have d is equal to 5. Now you need to calculate the number of terms. See, this is like 5 into 20 plus 3. This is like 20th term. And this is like 5 into 199 plus 3. Okay, clear? So 20 to 199, how many terms? 20 to 199 is like, from 199, you remove the 19 terms. You remove the 19 terms. How many terms do you calculate if you go from A to B? Number of terms from A to B is always like A, B minus A plus 1, like this. Okay, B minus A plus 1, that is, B is 199 minus 20 plus 1, or 200 minus 20, 180 terms. So here you have n is equal to 180, d is equal to 5, first term is 103, and last term is what? 998. So what is the sum? Sum of n terms will be 180 by 2 divided by 103 plus 998. This is 90 into 1101. Okay, 3 plus 998, 1001, plus 100, 1101. So if you multiply these terms by 9, you will get 9909 followed by a 0, which is the option. Option number 4 is your answer. Am I very clear to everyone? Okay, next one. The sum of all three-digit numbers is see, the first number is 100. Last number is 999. Okay, number of terms. N is what? See, you have 900 terms. How come? 999 three-digit numbers. From that, you remove the first 99 numbers because they are not three digits. 999 minus 99 will give you 990. 900. Okay. So, sum of these 900 terms will be what? 900 by 2. 100 plus 99, that is 450 into 1099. So by default only one option has a 0, so your answer will be 494550. That is option number 3 is your answer. Clear to everyone? Let's proceed towards the next one. If the sum of 5 consecutive integers is s, then the largest of these integers in terms of s is. See students, if we have 5 integers. Okay, this number is what? This is sum divided by 5, and this is like plus 1, and this is plus 1 again. Okay, so I can say if you need this number, how will you get this number? You will get this plus 2. So this is s by 5. So this number will be what? S by 5 plus 2, or s plus 10 by 5. Okay, very clear to all. Sum of all positive multiples of 3 less than 50. See, all positive multiples of 3 which are less than 50. How will you do it? 3, 6, 9. This way the last term will be 48. This is like 3 into 1. This is like 3 into 16. So your answer will be Sn will be, number of terms is 16. Here n is equal to 16. A is equal to 3, and last term is 48. If you apply the formula, n by 2, 16 by 2 into 3 plus 48, that is 8 into 501, or 8 into 51, that will be 408 is the answer. Okay, dear students, clear to all? Next question. Find the sum of all positive multiples of less than. We have done this one. This is similar to a previous one actually, so I'm leaving it right now. 408 is the answer. What is the arithmetic mean of first 20 odd natural numbers? I told you how to go for these questions. First, see, there are two ways. What is arithmetic mean? Arithmetic means a bar. So this is sum divided by n. How will you go it? Sum of first n of first 20 odd natural number. The sum will be 20 square divided by 20. You know the answer is 20. So easy. Option 3 is the answer. Okay, clear to all? Next one. Let's take the next one. The sum of 60 numbers from 1 to 60 is divisible by C. 1 to 60, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 60 is equal to what? N into n plus 1 divided by 2, that is 30 into 61. This is divisible by 60. Okay, this is divisible by 61. This is divisible by 61. This is your answer. Am I clear to everyone? Shall I move ahead, dear students, now? So far, I hope everything is clear to you. You can have a look at this question if you want before I take any move any further. Let's take the next number. A man ate 100 grapes in 5 days. Each day he ate six more than those he ate on the earlier day. How many grapes did he eat on the first day? See, dear students, these are five values. Okay, thus he ate some grapes. He ate the next day six more grapes. The next day he ate six more grapes. So like this, we know what this value is. This value is sum divided by n. That is 100 divided by, he ate 100 grapes in 5 days. So this value is 20. Okay, so from here to here, if you go, you will do minus 6, you will again do minus 6. So if you go from here to here, what you will do? You will do 20 minus 12, that is 8. 20 minus 6 minus 6, or 20 minus 12, this will give you a value 8. So far, I hope everything is clear to everyone. Let's take the next one. I have X marbles. My elder brother has three more than mine, while younger my brother has three less than mine. If the total number of marbles is 15, the number of marbles that I have is, see, it is like this. Me minus 5 younger brother plus 5 elder brother. What will be this value? This value will be 15 divided by 3, that is 5. Very easily done without even solving it. So, okay, we have done one concept. In the next concept, I'll be taking questions purely based on arithmetic progression. That will be using the formula a plus n minus 1d, or 2a plus n minus 1d, and further formulas. So from my side, dear students, I have done all the possible questions pertaining to this particular topic, and I think I have explained them beautifully to you. So my advice before leaving is, please study as much as possible. Don't just waste your time. Don't waste time anywhere. Just focus primarily on studies. Don't do any Facebooking. Don't do anything. This is a very crucial period of time. Just crack your exam, then you can do whatever you want to. But make sure you crack this exam in the very first attempt, and practice all the questions by writing. Getting it writing is the most important thing. Practice by writing. Don't just merely go through the video or just read any book. You have to jot down each and everything in mathematics. Then only you will be able to crack your exam. This is the most important thing, dear students. Okay, so with this, I will take your leave. Bye bye, good night, good day, whatever it is. This is Ajay Gulati. All the best, my dear students. Fine, take care.